You've learned how to start and stop notes, blow air through your embouchure, through your reed, and through your reed and vocal together. Now what we need to learn how to do is match a pitch while we do that. So you need a tuner for this. I use Tonal Energy Tuner, which is an app you can find on any smartphone. You can use any store-bought tuner or internet tuner. There are even tuners that you can find that you can just use on a desktop or a laptop. As long as you have something that tells you what pitch you are producing and you can match that, then you've got the right tools. First, what we're going to do is we're going to learn to match by our ear a little bit, then we're going to use our eyes. Now, this is middle C on the piano, if you know anything about that, or it's C4 within the scheme of notes. I've got my tuner on my stand in front of me so I can watch it. I'm also going to set it up to where we listen to the sound of our C first. So let me do that. Let me set it up on my tuner here. Here is the sound. I'm going to start my note. I'm going to listen to this pitch, and then I'm going to match. So here we go. Now, I started off, I had to make adjustments, but that means that I am listening, hearing how I'm different, and then finding it. On our Bocal video, we practice bending and lowering our sound by changing the strength of our lip. That is how you are going to adjust. Keep the air strong, keep the space on the inside the same. Use your lip to make adjustments. I'm going to try it again. I hear it in my head. I started high, I came down just a little low, and then I matched it. Through practice, you want to develop a sense of exactly how it feels to play this note every single time you make a sound. So, go ahead and pause, and I want you to practice with a fixed sound, however you create that, whether it's with a tuner or a metronome sound, or if you have a keyboard that you can just hit a C, and then come back after you've practiced matching a tone. Okay, so you've practiced matching a tone, listening to the note, bending it up and down, and finding where it sounds the same. Now we're going to use our eyes. So again, I'm using my tuner. I'm looking for a C. I'm using the feeling that I just developed, that this is what it feels like to match a C sound. I'm going to watch, and I'm going to use my eyes now. When you're practicing this, you want to watch and hold that sound for as long as the exercise says. So if you're doing vocal basics 4x4, then you want to make sure that you are matching for 4 counts and holding it. If you find that you are starting high or low, then make adjustments at the beginning of your note. If you find that you change as the note goes, then maybe you're changing your air and you need to make sure that you blow steady, or maybe something is changing about our lips. If you're starting with a good embouchure and then like letting the teeth come together and the corners go out, or if you're letting the lips soften, you might see yourself change, go sharp or go flat. You want to make sure that you are consistent. Also, watch for the end of the note. If you start to see it do something like this, where it falls away at the end of our sound, that means that you're not ending the note with that that we talked about. Okay? If you hear at the front of your note that you're doing something like this, where it's really high in our sound, like I was producing what looked like a D flat instead of a C, that means that when my tongue comes off the reed, it's hanging out, and I'm making a shape more like an E versus a ta. That's going to affect my pitch because it changes the way that the sound bounces around in our mouth and how our air passes through the mouth and goes in the reed. So every time you play, once we get to this point, you need to have that tuner, and you need to use your ear and your eyes and develop a sense of comfort here. So practice, practice, practice at this, and you won't have problems later on with producing a good tone and playing in tune.